Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laugh Project with me, your host, Han Royani, and my co-host.
DJ, what's up?
So we are a facetious podcast that talks about world news and social events. So
Only mildly facetious.
yeah, mildly. So don't
Mildly
take
facetious.
us too seriously. You know what I mean? So our first topic that we will talk about today. There's so many things that it has been happening all around the world.
Yeah, dude.
you know, so many things. But we'll start with something that we don't usually talk about. We don't usually talk about celebrities in this podcast.
No, we don't actually.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. No,
That's
we
why
don't.
we don't have too many views because we don't talk about it. But anyways, the biggest news when it comes to celebrities around the world is Diddy.
Yeah.
Have you been following the Diddy case?
Yeah,
lately?
here and there, like, especially when it first started.
Yeah.
I
The
was
one with
following a
Kid
lot.
Cudi.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
blew up
yeah,
Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah.
I actually paid attention to the initial lawsuit that got exposed. That the initial lawsuit that exposed him for all the sexual deviant acts and all that. Yeah.
With all the baby oil and everything.
Yeah. The I think it was one of his former producers, Rodney Jones Jr. I think the guy's name. So he was the guy that claimed that even Cuba Gooding Jr. was
Was part
sexually harassing him and all
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because the whole case is crazy because he allegedly he has been like what do you call it, sex trafficking. He's done that. He's done a lot of like drug deals, like where he would supply like coke and a bunch of other drugs to a lot of other people.
Okay.
And with Cassie, his former girlfriend, I think at that point, she was also a part of it, but she was also claiming to be a victim of the whole
Yes,
operation.
correct. Yeah. Apparently, these are details that came out in the trial.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened was that throughout I think they were together for like 10, 11 years.
Wow.
Cassie and Diddy.
Wow.
A couple for that long. And there were times, apparently a lot of times throughout the 10, 11 years, that Diddy engaged male prostitutes in order to have sex with her in front of him.
So he would hire a male prostitute to sleep with her, and he's watching?
sitting in a couch in the corner watching. Yeah.
Wow.
Not only that though, gets weirder than that. He wasn't just watching.
He was recording?
I think some of them were recorded. I'm not too sure whether that came out in court, but I know for sure Rodney Jones, Rodney Jones detailed it in his lawsuit or alleged it in his lawsuit that Diddy did record certain parts of what were called freak-offs.
Wow.
Freak-offs were basically like their sex parties, kind of thing.
That's what he called it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the crazy was that Diddy not only sat in the corner and watched, but when the guy finished, he took the I don't know how to say this with a straight face, but he took the semen and rubbed it on his own nipples.
So after it happened, like the crime scene happened, he like as a blessing or
I
whatever.
don't want to go into the details.
And then
I don't want to know.
Like this?
I just know he did. Yeah, I just know he did that. Yeah.
Wow. Not even like baby oil or something. It's
No,
just like,
no. From what?
Wow.
From what the story is, no.
So wait, they have a video of this? Like allegedly they have videos of this, right? That's terrible. Where can I watch these videos?
I don't think the videos are out. I think the videos are with the FBI.
Okay.
But yeah, happened. Yeah. So the depravity of Diddy is apparently way, way, way more than anyone thought it was. Or knew it was. But also, there's a lot of rumors going around that supposedly people in Hollywood who attended these freak off parties, and in the music industry who attended these freak off parties, knew what was going on, participated, some of them, in what was going on, allegedly. So, I don't know. This is a freaky dicky thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, this whole thing has, like, it got the world tuned in. You know what I mean? Because it's
Right.
Diddy is a famous musician. You know, he's famous throughout the world through his music.
Maybe probably the first billionaire black
Yeah, the
rapper.
first black billionaire. Yeah, rapper.
From
even before Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, way before.
Yeah,
Because he was doing all the back end stuff, and he owned Bad Boy. Like he owned Bad Boy Records, right?
Yeah.
Which was responsible for like people like Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., among others. So yeah. I mean, people say that, you know, he did a deal with the devil, all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if what was the guy's name? Harvey Weinstein,
Harvey
right?
Weinstein.
If that was going on in Hollywood and he was doing it,
He would have.
it's the same people that were trying to get favorable position in Hollywood. You understand what I mean?
I get
In terms of
it.
the celebrities.
So they partake in it just because they want, like,
They know that
they
gives
know
them,
that it can get them a job or anything like that.
gets them a role.
Yeah,
Gets them
yeah.
instead of supporting role, you get bumped up to lead actress.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. So, I mean, who was it? I think it was Salma Hayek was one of them. Penelope Cruz, the one with the Harvey Weinstein. You know?
Okay.
And funnily enough, all these people, like I think, like I mentioned, like way before, kept quiet, and they were reaping the rewards of partaking in such activities.
I think there were two reasons why they didn't want to voice out some of the things that were happening. One is because they're afraid that the negative, publicity will affect them. Like, for example, if I was a female actress and I was caught partying with, like, Harvey Weinstein and stuff, that is going to take a hit on my street cred. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's one reason why people were keeping quiet. And the other reason is because they got the jobs that they wanted to.
Yeah.
And they don't want to reveal how they got the jobs.
They want to jeopardize their own career.
Yeah,
right?
they don't want to jeopardize their own. So that's why they kept it silent. But when they saw, like, people started coming out against Harvey Weinstein or against Diddy and stuff, and then they were like, you know what? I think it's time for me to now step into this. Like,
yeah, maybe. I mean, Hollywood does what Hollywood does. You know what I mean? Like, they go with the flow. They go with, like, a lot of people say Hollywood leads the culture, but it doesn't. It's more that the culture permeates slowly from the grassroots, and Hollywood slowly hijacks it and makes it their own kind of thing.
Right.
And then it becomes a whole different monster in terms of influence. So, I mean, look at the... hate to go back to this after last week. The LGBT... you know?
You just can't let go, huh? Okay, what about the LGBT
you know,
stuff?
over the past, 5, maybe even 8 years or so, like, there's been so many LGBT movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Or movies that feature LGBT people on in their leading roles. You know? It almost to the point where it almost seems like Hollywood was favoring having more LGBT than not. You know that kind of thing. And it is what it is. But Hollywood's dead. Like, in terms of the influence it once had over the world.
It's no longer the power that it once was.
Now the power is with the influencers. You know, the grassroots influencers.
Even like movies nowadays, they want to get their tickets sold. They will hire a bunch of influencers, create content about the movie or whatever to get sales. That's the way it is. And you're right. I think Hollywood is gonna go down because I feel like, especially over the last decade or so, when it comes to like movies, we are seeing more and more excellent movies from Asia, from Middle East. So,
dude, look at Bollywood, dude.
Yeah, look at Bollywood.
Bollywood's been there for what, 50, 60, 70 years.
More than that, I
Probably
think.
longer, yeah.
Longer than that.
And they don't get involved with culture wars. They don't get involved. Like, look at Bollywood. Okay? Bollywood's an India thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's from India. It's not from Pakistan.
The industry is in India.
Right?
Yeah.
But the major stars of Bollywood are all Muslim.
Yeah.
Think about it, okay?
Shah Rukh
Khan.
Salman Khan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are all Muslim. But they don't get involved, like the movies at least. Don't, even the actors. In the
they don't get into the political part of
there's no talk about what Muslims, how Muslims are persecuted in India and all that, which they are to an extent.
But they don't talk about it so much.
It's not something that they feel that they should have a voice about, which I sort of agree with, like you stick to your lane, you talk about what you know.
Yeah.
And Shah Rukh Khan is still making movies. Everyone's still making movies. Look at Shah Rukh Khan. He's like, I think he's a billionaire now.
Probably.
Just from acting.
Probably. He's a Dato',
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Dato' Shah Rukh Khan, yeah.
Dato' Shah Rukh Khan.
Which, if you ask me, he should be a tone, dude. He should be tone Shah Rukh Khan, dude, up in here.
Dude, what he has done for
the Malaysian culture? Come on, man. How many rayas did you watch Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham?
Every raya.
Every
raya there'll be like Kabhi Khushi
today.
Or it could be like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Yep. Another classic. I never watched any of these, but
what?
I understand that these are classics. Yeah.
These are classics, man. Like I grew up watching these.
I cannot get past certain things that happen in the movies, so I don't really watch Bollywood movies. But I respect how long the industry has been able to persevere.
That's right.
Like, it's not my cup of tea. I don't watch it, but no denying how well I guess how well endowed the industry is, even after such a long time. Which
still strong,
yep. Still influence in terms of movies. In terms of pay, all those things are constantly going up in Hollywood, in Bollywood.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same for Hollywood anymore.
Yeah. And I would say, like, right now we are, like I mentioned, a lot of Asian movies, Middle Eastern movies.
Yep.
Right now we get a lot of K-dramas. Like, people are no longer watching like American TV shows. They're watching like K-dramas.
Oh yeah, for
They're
sure.
watching like Turkish drama.
Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Game.
Yeah, look at Squid Game. Yeah.
So many like Asian shows nowadays that have taken over like Netflix.
Yep.
Taken over all these.
Again, I have a problem with that. Yes. Not my cup of tea, but I respect how the industry grows in these areas.
Yeah. So I think like nowadays, being in Hollywood is it's very difficult. It's very difficult for you to stay at the top.
The biggest pop star today, you could argue, is not even from Hollywood.
Which one?
Like, she entered Hollywood after she became a global superstar.
Lady Gaga.
No. That Korean chick from I don't know.
The Korean chick.
She was in White Lotus.
Oh, Lisa.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
That she's also apparently engaged to one of Bernard Arnault's sons.
Who?
Bernard Arnault, the second or third richest guy in the world. The guy who is the head of LVMH.
She is engaged to him.
His son.
Oh, she's engaged to his
one of
son.
His son. The son that is actually head of Louis Vuitton.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why she's like constantly on the red carpet draped in Louis Vuitton.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's engaged to the head of Louis Vuitton, yeah. Who is the son of Bernard Arnault.
Wow.
And who is, I think, the heir apparent. So once Bernard Arnault goes, it goes to him.
Right.
I think. I'm not too sure about that.
So is this true? Like, Lisa is currently engaged?
Yeah. She is.
You just broke a bunch of like guys' hearts.
No, but okay, my point was that she can act.
Yeah, she can act.
She's not just a singer.
Yeah.
Like so many Hollywood singers, like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like, she can sing.
Yeah.
She can write songs.
Yeah, but she can't act.
But she can act.
Yeah, that's
like, in Hollywood, you can count on one hand, on the fingers on one hand, how many people are actually able to act, sing, and dance.
Oh, it's not many.
And there's only one black guy that's still alive that can do it now, Jamie Foxx. There's probably only one white guy who can do it now, Justin Timberlake. But other than that,
okay.
Who are you talking about, man? Like, there's no one else in Hollywood,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's the same guys.
But in Korea, for example, these kinds of talents are being cultivated.
Yeah, developed from
a young age, like making sure they are triple threats.
Yeah. That's right.
That they can do all.
Yeah.
Sing, dance, act.
Yeah,
You know?
even like Lisa, she's in a group called Blackpink.
That's the group. Yeah.
So Blackpink, they have been training the recording company have been training these four ladies from like young teenagers all the way into young adults,
Right.
to be basically like to make sure that they are able to sing, they're able to dance, they're able to act, they're able to like communicate with people.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
the
a
thing. The PR
massive
thing. Yeah.
industry. It's a massive industry, and right now a lot of like recording companies in Korea actually are doing the same things. Like they are developing like a lot of young talents, and they want to make them big. You know, but at the same time, all these recording companies, some of them have been like accused of not being too favorable or kind for their artists, but it's still a lot better than what the producers in America are doing to some of their
I guess
artists.
that's the struggle of an artist, right?
Yeah.
Like no one can ever pay you what you feel is your value. You know, like I'm sure you feel this way as well to a certain extent.
Sure.
Like I mean, stand-up comedy is an art.
Yeah,
you know, and I don't think any stand-up comedian actually feels completely, no matter from you to Joe Rogan, I don't think anyone feels that they are being paid the commensurate amount for their value that they bring.
That's kind of true.
It's an artist thing.
Yeah.
And I understand that, you know, but like you said, if you are treating people better than they do in America, which is supposedly the gold standard, you know, at least is a step in the right direction.
Because like Diddy, he owned a record label, right?
Yeah, Bad Boy Records.
And I'm sure a lot of artists have been trying to get into his label or trying to work with him. And based on the cases that we've learned about Diddy, I'm not surprised that he's like sexually assaulted these kind of artists. So many other things that he could have done, you know, which sort of like halts the progression or the career of someone, like some artists. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not surprised if something like that has happened. I'm pretty sure. Even
it has
outside
happened,
outside of Diddy.
Yeah.
That has happened as well.
For sure.
You know, with other producers or other record executives. So I know, man. Like it's. I mean, even if you work in a 9 to 5 job in an office and all that, there's still office politics.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
So I guess that's just part of it. I'm not too concerned about that. Like,
okay,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Okay, so we're now gonna get into a new topic.
Okay.
So earlier we were talking about like Diddy, Hollywood, and all this. What we're gonna talk about is not exactly Hollywood, but we're gonna talk about like the news outlet, the media, because we get our news from like local news, like TV shows and stuff, or maybe Instagram and stuff like that.
Right.
But for a lot of this content, Twitter,
X.
you know.
Yep.
But for a lot of this content, they are somewhat regulated, you know, especially when it comes to like Israel, Palestine, Iran, Israel, and all this. So, what like last few weeks ago, I think we were talking about like Iran and Israel and how there were a potential fragile ceasefire between them. And over the last week, they have been like shooting missiles towards each other. And Trump, he has declared that he was the one that said, okay, he didn't want Israel to shoot, but at the same time, he released a statement that, oh yeah, he did order Israel to shoot Iran, which eventually got us into the conundrum that we are in right now between Iran and Israel. So, what do you think about what has happened lately, especially when it comes to Iran?
I think that in terms of, since you mentioned Donald Trump, we'll start with him, with his role, okay? What I think he did was the best case scenario for the US.
Okay,
for the US. Was that they got involved, they got to show their might, they got to show their military power in action without casualties to the Iranians. Okay, to themselves and also to the Iranians.
But we talked about a little bit of this last week, where Trump he mentioned to the Iranians that he was gonna bomb certain areas, but then he gave them time to like clear out some of those areas. And you wanna explain more about that?
Yeah, like it was a matter of like, okay, when he was campaigning, Donald Trump, he was always campaigning about peace. He was always at least portraying himself as a peace candidate. You know, like no foreign wars started during my time. And I bomb ISIS off the face of the earth, all that kind of thing. But at the same time, he got involved in this Iran thing, right? And he needed an out.
For?
Because he was so entangled with Israel.
Okay.
With Bibi, okay?
Okay.
He was so entangled because maybe it's not just him, but the US itself is so entangled because of, military alliance, how they have such a strong Israeli lobby in the US itself.
There's a APEC and all that.
APEC, all and you basically don't get to become president without APEC's help.
That's true. That's true.
So because of that, there were rumors that he didn't want to really get involved with the whole Iran thing, but he couldn't do it in a way where he would seem weak or afraid of Iran. So he had to do something that shows that, okay, look, if we wanted to get you, we can. And but he didn't necessarily want to cause civilian death if he could avoid it.
Right.
So that's why he told them, like, okay, clear out.
But he also did that just so that he can tell Israel that, I did my part. I bombed Iran.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But so he's still trying to play like both sides.
As a good negotiator would. Like, I don't think it's more trying to play both sides as the whole Iran thing, as him really caring to not sacrifice civilian lives. I think that was the main calculus behind it for him.
Right.
For him. The same thing can be said about what Iran did to retaliate, how they attacked Al-Udeid air base in
Qatar.
Qatar, right?
Yeah.
So, and Trump was there like literally like 3 days, a week before they struck the air base.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave a speech at the air base. But all that notwithstanding, the Iranians warned both the Qataris and the Americans that they were going to attack the air base, and the air base was evacuated hours before the missile struck. So that was also another out by the Iranians, where they could see as this is our way to exit the war without. Imagine if they had killed 50 people, Americans. The Iranians had killed 50 Americans at the air base.
Oh, it's a proper world war now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Iranians are not dumb. Like, a lot of people think that Ayatollah Khomeini is suicidal.
Yeah, he wants to watch the world burn.
He's a dogmatic guy. All he wants is the proliferation of Shiaism, and the destruction of the West and all that. But he himself came out during the 12-day war, mind you. He said, we don't mean death to the nation of America. We mean death to the values of America, values of Israel. That's what he himself came out and said it on Iranian state TV. So, I mean, as things have progressed after the ceasefire, more things have come to light.
Yeah.
And I think that it's Trump realizing Netanyahu has not been as above board as he claims he has.
Yeah.
He's not been as transparent.
Oh, to Trump.
Towards Trump.
Yeah.
As Netanyahu has been claiming that he has been.
Yeah.
I think Trump's realized that. On top of that, he's also realized that the Iranians might not be the threat that
people think they are. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, fine, death to America, death to Israel, but can they really do it? Or is it just like a protest chant?
Yeah. I think there's a small revolution that is happening in America right now. Because of all the Israel, Gaza, Israel, Iran. I think a lot of people are now opening their eyes and they are seeing the news for what they really are. Like, they don't consume like legacy media nowadays.
The power of social media, dude.
Yeah, the power of social media. And one recent American politician that has been using social media to his advantage is the new Democratic nominee.
Zoran Mamdani?
Yeah, Zoran Mamdani.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
I knew you'd bring this guy up.
dude,
I was hoping we would avoid his name today, but
No,
you just had to bring him up.
He's the Muslim Indian Muslim mayor in New York City.
Mayoral candidate.
Candidate.
But to be
Mayoral
fair,
candidate.
the mayor of New York is not going to be a Republican, so he's essentially already won the race. Yeah.
No, but I feel like he was running against some not so.
Andrew Cuomo,
yeah,
the
he was
former
running-
governor of New York.
the former
of the
governor
state
of New York.
Yeah.
And even Andrew Cuomo, he has a lot of like cases,
Sexual assault. He got
money laundering.
Money laundering, people died in nursing homes
Oh,
because of
really?
him during COVID.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I think it was something to do with ventilators.
Mm-hmm.
So like nursing homes, because at the start of COVID, nursing homes were one of the most vulnerable places because they were elderly and sick people there.
Mm-hmm.
So and this was the demographic that was most likely
Mm-hmm.
to die from COVID. You know, the elderly and the sickly. And yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like the fact that I think it was easier for him because he had to run against Andrew Cuomo because Andrew Cuomo's got a lot of like,
Especially on the Democratic side, dude.
yeah, especially on the Democratic
Yeah.
side. And I think he, being a Muslim politician in America, he has had to deal with a lot of Israel questions. I'm not sure if you've seen the mayoral debate, the Democratic mayoral candidate debate.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
I think I know what you're about to talk
Yeah.
about, but go ahead.
So this was basically
A panel.
a
basically.
panel, and they were asking questions about New York and everything. So the moderator, she was asking every single panelists. These are all candidates to be mayor for the Democrat Party. So she was asking everyone. So where would be the first place you guys would visit after you become mayor?
Yep.
And most of them said
All of them, except for Zoran.
Yes, all of them said they're all gonna go to Israel except for Zoran.
Yep.
I feel like what
Did Zoran say? This was, I think, what won him the race.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said. Everyone else said, okay, I'm gonna go to Israel to deal with the current anti-Semitism or whatever, blah blah blah. Zoran just went, I'm gonna stay here in New York
Yep.
and work with.
He didn't say go to Palestine
Yeah, he didn't say go to. He said, I'm gonna work with Jewish New Yorkers.
because we have enough problems here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's exactly.
There's your
That's what
mayor.
you're supposed to do.
That's your mayor.
You're the mayor of New York, not the
Whether-
mayor of Israel.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And whether he can follow through on making New York a better place, that one I think is still up for debate.
It's up for debate. Yeah.
I believe that he can't, policy wise.
Okay.
I think his policies are very, very flawed.
No, I think
But for at least the sake of campaigning and what he did and what he said,
Mhm.
that was a softball question. Where would you go?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're not supposed to say Israel. You're supposed to say New York.
Yeah.
You're the mayor. You're not for the congressman.
But that's why they need to remove AIPAC from the American politics altogether because they have so like the influence that they have in American politics is so big is that until to the point that they are expecting all the presidents of the United States to go to Israel after they are elected. They expect all the politicians, the mayor or whatever, to go to Israel after they get elected. I mean, like, what's up with that?
Well,
Is it called the United States of America or the United States of Israel?
okay, I'll put it this way. The one thing good from my perspective about Zoran Mamdani,
Okay.
a guy like him, a candidate like him, winning the mayoral race in New York against clear AIPAC back candidates, okay? Almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
And what was so good about it was that he won without the AIPAC money, right?
Mhm.
But the residual effect of that is that more and more candidates are going to be okay or more courageous in rejecting APEC money after this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't have, like to your point, like you said, this is why APEC somehow needs to be removed from the system, right?
Yeah.
I think with how things are going now, if they go on the current trajectory, APEC will remove itself from the system by things like this. Because the threat of APEC, you know why all these politicians always go to APEC?
Because they can provide money.
Okay, providing money to the politician, that is secondary.
Okay, then why?
The main thing is that if you reject APEC money, APEC is going to fund everyone else that's running against you.
Right.
That's the issue. Okay? So if a guy like Zoran Mamdani, a candidate like Zoran Mamdani, can come out and be like, win after rejecting APEC money, and obviously going up against candidates that were funded by APEC,
no, but
you immediately you believe in the power of the people, and that APEC is starting to lose its influence. Yeah, you know,
lose its grip on American politics.
Okay, you can give as much money as you want, but if the people are not going to vote for you, it's not going to vote for you. You know.
But I do feel like this can be like a challenge for Zoran Mamdani because up to this point he got to where he is with the votes of the people and the donations of the people in general. Once he's the mayor of New York, I think he will face a lot more challenges from the companies that he is planning, or in his policies he wants to tax more. Yeah. You know, because he said he wants to tax
He's a socialist.
1%. Socialist, yeah. It's basically like a new Bernie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a Bernie.
Bernie is one of his biggest endorsers.
I saw that. But you know, with what happened with Zoran, I think one of the reasons why he got so successful is because people are getting tired of seeing these APEC-backed politicians win the constituents or win the race that they're in. So
not only that. Yeah. The more important thing about him is that he got those people, the people that you're talking about, to vote. He got them to go and vote. Yeah. Which is previously you couldn't do.
No. And I saw like an interview where he was saying that when he started his campaign, he had like only 2 full-time workers with him. And then he was worried that if they were even gonna get like 50,000 votes. But as he was doing his campaign, he eventually managed to get 50,000 volunteers, not just votes. So that means like a lot of people are craving for this kind of new politicians that are not backed by APEC.
I mean, like you look at it like on the Democratic side, right? Yeah. Like the Socialist Democrats. Sure. They are led by Bernie, right? The AOCs, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib.
Yep.
All these, to be honest, if you ask me, what they are missing is a young male figure. No. You laughing like that is misconstruing everything that I meant, motherfucker. That is not what I meant. Okay. Okay. What I meant.
What you need for the feminist movement is a male, right?
No, that's not what I meant. Okay. I was not referring to the feminist movement. I was referring to the socialist movement, the socialist Democrats, right?
Okay.
So honestly, because they've had male figures in there, mixing around, like Bernie, like Cory Booker,
Pete Buttigieg,
which is a funny name for a gay mayor. Yeah. Comedy writes itself. The comedy writes itself. I just pointed it out. I cannot be blamed for that. It's not a crime. But anyways, these guys, while they are capable leaders, they're not young. They don't really speak. Like Zoran Mamdani is 33. He's my age.
Yeah, he's our age. Yeah.
So like,
what have we done?
Compared to him, right?
Compared to him.
But you see, I think that's what they needed. Because the one thing that the Socialist Democrats did have done over the last like 12 years or so, they've, forgive me for saying this in this way, alienated men. The male population voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump, especially young men. below 40.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, that was the one key component that they were missing in terms of casting a wider net of influence. They needed that one or two young male voices to speak from that perspective, because if not, it's not represented.
Yeah,
you know. I don't mean it like in a feminist way. I just mean it like
I get it.
Because in order to win an election, which has to be, I mean, yeah, they can be the loud far left wing section of the Democrat Party if they want, but that's not going to win you an election. That's going to keep you there in that status quo, but you're not going to grow that coalition, you know. And you only grow that coalition once you have more and more voices that can be represented in that coalition.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
And I think one of the reasons why Zoran was so successful is because of the fact that he is quite young.
Yeah.
So
Is he gay?
No, he's married. Yeah.
Oh.
So a lot of young people,
Surprising.
they look at him and they're like, oh, he's just like us.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's just. You know, he was a rapper before he was a
Palestinian rap
No, he did like a rap for his grandma or something like
in
that.
English.
In English, yeah.
I don't think you can call someone who rap for his grandma a rapper.
He tried.
I'm a poet.
Yeah, but you know, people look at him and then they'll be like, okay, you know what? He's just like us. You know,
Yeah.
he's young. He's also like an immigrant in New York. Like the majority of New Yorkers are not even like.
No, New York has the biggest Jewish population outside of Israel.
Oh, okay. That's another thing that I want to talk about. So because of he was running for the mayor of New York, he had to deal with a lot of questions like you know when people would ask him, oh, what would you do about the Jewish population and stuff like that. And what he has done is that there was this one interview with Stephen Colbert. He was on it. And
Who, Zoran?
Zoran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Stephen Colbert was like, oh, how would you feel that a lot of Jewish New Yorkers who feel unsafe because of what has been happening right now, and what do you plan on doing?
And what did he say?
Zoran said he does believe that anti-Semitism is on the rise, and he has talked to so many Jewish people all around New York, and they feel so unsafe. Like every time they go somewhere, they always feel like there's someone behind them wherever they go. So he's planning to basically implement more regulations to stop or curb the rise of anti-Semitism and also Islamophobia. Because I think that was the one thing that he mentioned that not a lot of people talk about. People talk about a lot about anti-Semitism because of Israel and stuff, but no one has been talking about Islamophobia because of him. And he came out, like he posted a few things on social media where people have been leaving him voice notes, messages, like very Islamophobic messages. You know what I mean? But he's dealt with it quite well, and he managed to turn all the hate or all the criticism that people had against him. Used it into his advantage, and you know, now he's like almost practically the mayor of New York. So it's, you know, and
I have a quick aside about Islamophobia.
Okay,
I don't think it's actually Islamophobia.
You don't think?
I don't think the people that are Islamophobes are actually afraid of Islam. I think they're afraid of the abayas. I think they are afraid of the jubah.
Okay,
you know,
because they're
of the niqab.
Yeah,
They're afraid of that. I don't
Why?
think they're afraid of Muslims. Because if you see Mel walking around in Dubai, are you gonna be afraid of that? Someone who has that? No, right?
No.
Like, there's an average looking woman.
Yeah. I mean,
But if
you're
Mel is sitting there covered up fully, abaya, niqab, everything, right? Hijab, everything. Dude, I'd be scared of her.
Okay,
I'd be thinking that she was wearing a suicide vest.
Whoa, bro. Just for context, Mel is our producer, and she does wear a hijab. Yeah. But
the hijab is not the problem. It's the hijab with the abaya with
and the niqab.
Yeah.
Is it because
Everything.
they're not able to see who's inside?
Because there was so much between 01 to 05 when they invaded Iraq, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So many people, men and women, who were wearing like that,
yeah.
which unfairly, I might add, the media termed it as Muslim garb, as in Muslim dress. But it is not
But
all Muslims.
yeah.
It's not all Muslims.
No.
It's more Middle Eastern and it's Muslim. Okay, and what they were doing is they were hiding weapons, vests, guns underneath that,
okay.
men and women. In fact, it got so bad that U.S. military operators, special forces operators, were also wearing that. The men were also wearing that to conceal themselves. So that's my theory. It's not actually Islamophobia. It's not actually Islamophobia. It's abayaphobia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because they look.
Right.
These guys wear differently to us.
Yes.
So they must be different.
Yes. People are going to crucify me online, but I'm not Jesus. So I don't care. But that's the truth, dude.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me.
okay.
If you ask white American people like living in Alabama, in Mobile, Alabama, they probably tell you that they are Islamophobes. But if you show them Mel, I don't think they'll be afraid of Mel.
No.
No, you show them me, I don't think they'll be afraid of me.
I think
or you.
Yeah, for a lot of them, I think they are just
Afraid
less
of
exposed.
of the Muslim garb.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's it. I think it was just media propaganda that went awry.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think like when back during the Iraq, Afghanistan wars, anytime they would show people from these countries on the news, everyone would be wearing an abaya.
Yeah.
Everyone would be
All the men had beards that were orange in color.
like wear the headscarves and everything.
Yeah.
They were
So
at the mountains
those
herding
things
goats.
became symbols of. Yes, they were not even symbols of Islam. I don't have a beard.
No.
You don't have a beard.
No.
Like I know so many Muslim people who don't have a beard.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I tried, but
same here. Dude. Patchy as it just doesn't work.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this one's like forest, and then this one's like a government project, and then this one's like reserve house.
And then palm oil up here.
Palm oil up here. I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean. Like it's not Muslims that they're afraid of. Is the portrayal of Muslims. You know, by the media. That was the main issue.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, for the most part.
I'm not going to go so far as to say Islamophobia does not exist.
No.
I'm pretty sure there are people
Yeah.
that are actually afraid of Islam and the teachings of Islam. Unrightly so.
Yeah.
You know, because if you do immerse yourself in the teachings of Islam without influence,
Yeah.
you find out that religion is beautiful.
Yeah, actually, all religions, you
Yeah.
know, because they
Yeah.
all practice like peace and
Yeah.
being kind to one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Except Zionism.
except Zionism.
That
That's
was
true.
built on terrorism.
Yes, I do agree with that.
They themselves say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's in the Zionist doctrine. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll talk more about this because
Oh, dude, we need a 3-hour podcast.
we did-
Mel, we need a 3-hour podcast for that.
no,
3 hours.
because I don't know if you remember, but one of our earlier podcasts we were talking about like conspiracy theories and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the topics that we talked about were the dancing Israelis.
Yeah.
And even until now, we still get like notifications from
Every day.
Every day.
Every day, there's someone liking it, someone
liking
commenting
it.
it.
Yeah, someone like
And it's like 50-50 in
yeah,
comments.
yeah, 50-50.
Like some people are saying it's a hoax, some people are saying
This is
no,
true.
it's true. Some people saying it's been debunked.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
truth is actually true. Those people were actually found dancing. They were Jews. They were Hasidic Jews.
Yeah.
That later on, after the FBI investigated, found out that they were Israeli nationals as well.
Yes. But
So
they were Israeli
we
nationals.
weren't lying.
And they were sent back to Israel.
Yeah,
after
they
that.
were. They were deported. Yeah.
So it was we
We weren't lying.
Yeah, we weren't joking. It was true.
Come on, that was the truth.
Okay. And I'm gonna talk about one more topic.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna we're gonna get into like Malaysian politics because we have been talking a lot about politics, a lot about world news that has happened around the world. So once in a while, you know, we have to talk about Malaysian news. So while there have not been a lot of news that have came out out of Malaysia recently, but you know, Malaysia has had a lot of politicians that has been charged with corruption cases, you know. And the most famous one is probably 1MDB,
Yeah.
you know, Najib Razak.
The whale heard around the world.
The whale heard around the world. So he was working with a businessman called Jolo.
Yes.
And collectively, they have amassed around roughly around 2.25 billion US dollars in 1MDB that was collected by the Malaysian taxpayers. So the money was supposed to help out Malaysians in general, to boost the economy and stuff.
Right.
But what happened was, I mean, a lot of Malaysians know about this, but maybe a lot of foreigners may not know about this. So what happened was the former Prime Minister Najib Razak, does he have a tun?
No, Najib does not have a tune.
Oh, okay. Is it just that
Datuk Sri.
Datuk Sri? So Datuk Sri Najib Razak, he was charged by the corruption agency. So they found hundreds of millions of dollars worth of jewelry, cash, luxury handbags inside his home. And, once the 1MDB case was put to the fore, that was when, we had protests all over the country. Eventually, we had an election where, for the first time in Malaysia's history, we had a new political party that is not UMNO.
Yep. That is not Barisan National.
That is not Barisan National, and that I would say it was probably because of Najib. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like Malaysia, we are actually I wouldn't say a rich country, but we're not a poor country. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. And for
definitely, that was definitely the case before 1MDB.
Yeah, that was definitely the case.
For sure.
But because of 1MDB, 2 billion US dollars have been taken from the Malaysian the wealth fund of 1MDB. Right now, we are still recovering from that, actually.
Yep, we are.
And
I don't think we've recouped the whole sum back. I don't think.
Yeah. And
I think it's only been like close to slightly over 1 billion.
Yeah.
That was returned to the Malaysian government from, I think, the US Justice Department. It was under Biden. So, but there's still like more than 1 billion left, I think.
Yeah.
And most of that is in China.
Speaking of China, I also hear that there were reports that Jolo is currently in China, having done a plastic surgery. He is now hiding under a witness protection program.
You are, from what I hear, allegedly.
Am I wrong?
You are right.
Okay.
You're just about 5-6 years behind.
I'm just about 5-6 years behind. So he's been there for like 5-6 years, allegedly.
Allegedly. Also allegedly, he's no longer with us in the world.
Oh, okay. So we don't really know what happened to him.
I don't think we can get into it on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The details of what actually happened to him, I don't think we can get into it on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a lot of I have a list of politicians actually that I want to talk about, but we actually don't have time.
Okay.
However, I'm just gonna say the names. The audience probably know some of them.
Yeah, take this as a prime for you guys to go and do your research.
Yeah, do your research.
See what you've heard.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about this probably when Han's back from the Philippines.
Yeah. So one is okay, so the first one was Najib Razak. The second one I would say would be Zaid Hamidi,
of course,
the current Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia. He was acquitted of nearly 40 charges in 2022. But currently the trial is still ongoing, if I'm not mistaken. Technically. And he's still currently the Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia. Another one is Lim Kuan Eng.
Yeah.
Lim Kuan Eng. He was charged in 2020. Apparently, he solicited a 10% cut from a $6 billion infrastructure project as Penang Chief Minister.
10%,
so 10% of 6 billion. 600 million. Yes. And
living large.
He's still active in politics, and he currently denies any wrongdoing. Okay. The next one is Isa Samad, also from UMNO. He was found guilty in 2021, sentenced to 6-year jail and a $15 million ringgit fine and currently he is appealing for conviction.
Oh, so he has not served his sentence.
He's not served his sentence. Okay, the next politician that I'll talk about, I think, is a crowd favorite, especially if you're from Sabah.
Especially, huh?
Especially if you're from Sabah.
Okay, alright. It's not what I thought it was.
His name is
Bung Moktar.
Dude.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Until today.
Until
Before him, after him, there's never been someone similar. Bung
No.
Moktar is the most. Dude, he was the president of the Backbenchers Club in Parliament.
Or
Dude. I love it.
in a parliament meeting, I've never seen someone just pointing their hand across the room and
Yeah.
just yelling.
I love him. I hate his policies,
Mhm.
but dude, entertaining guy.
Yeah. But he was actually charged with receiving $2.8 million in bribes over a $150 million million investment by Felcra.
Yep.
And currently his trial is still ongoing,
Yep.
and he is still politically active.
Yeah. And he is also alleged to have many other
Mhm.
corruption issues as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. There's
He
actually
is MP for he was. I'm not sure if he is anymore, but he was MP for Kinabatangan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Very
was a
powerful
few
guy.
years ago.
Very powerful guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's actually a few more politicians on the list, but we have time for one more. And
The
it's-
real crowd favorite. Come
the
on.
real
The
crowd
real
favorite.
crowd favorite.
Yes.
The Gen Z favorite.
The Gen
Come on.
Z favorite. Right?
Put it up.
Yeah. So you might. It's this guy called Syed Saddiq. You might have heard of him.
Might have.
You might have heard of him. Right now he, I would say he's. Right now,
Oh,
I would
sorry. Did the
say.
mic catch that? I'm sorry.
Right now, I would say he's more of a celebrity than a politician right now.
Yeah.
The whole of Malaysia
Have
is
to lah, bro.
Yeah,
PR,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, gotta get the PR up.
Yeah, right now I would
Especially
say-
when you have a trial.
exactly. But okay, speaking about the trial, he was just announced that he was not guilty of misappropriating the funds.
He appealed and
Yes.
and the higher court, I think it was the federal court that ended up changing the verdict of the lower court.
Okay.
So as far as I know, I'm not a legal expert,
Okay.
not close. But as far as I know, when it comes to appeal, you cannot appeal you cannot, the higher court cannot change the judgment of the lower court
Mm-hmm.
unless it's like an egregious there is a precedent and the lower court judgment
Mm-hmm.
completely ignores or completely basically avoids the precedent and just set a new precedent for themselves, which as far as I understand was not the case for Syed Saddiq.
Yeah.
You know, it was quite an open and shut corruption issue.
Yeah.
Money laundering, changing hands.
Yeah. So he was.
So as far as I know, in those situations, all you could do if you're appealing to the higher court is appeal based on procedural issues.
Yep.
Meaning like if his house was raided or his office was raided, but during the raid no warrant was
produced. Uh-huh.
So everything that was essentially gathered from the raid has become fruit of the poisonous tree and cannot be used in trial as
Oh.
evidence.
Okay.
For example, that didn't happen also in his case. So what you said happened was what actually happened. Was that the judge in the higher court of appeal decided to just change the judgment because the judge felt he didn't have enough evidence to prosecute. You know, so I don't know what's the truth. I don't think. I mean, the evidence should be only one way. Did the transfer happen or not?
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
if it did, it did. If it didn't, it didn't. So it should be that cut and dry. I don't understand why it's become more convoluted than that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I guess it just points to a flaw in our justice system more than anything.
Yeah. And I'm just, all these politicians, all of them have been charged with different types of money laundering cases or corruption cases. But almost all of them have been released, or they have had their trial postponed, or there's something that got them off the leash. Not off the leash. Off the target.
I guess.
Yeah, in a way. So I wonder, like, if I wanted to, do a bit of money laundering or whatever, and to avoid being caught, I should just be a politician.
No, even better, you should be a proxy of a politician. Those never get caught. Yeah. Think about it. Yeah.
Actually, that's right.
Yeah, those motherfuckers never get caught.
And we've
When
started.
KLIA was open,
Uh-huh.
this is how far the proxy game goes in
Okay.
Malaysia. Okay? When KLIA was open, I think it's still there today. If you go into the parking lot,
Uh-huh.
the lowest floor is always 4x4 only, 4x4 only, if you notice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, SUVs only, 4x4 only.
Okay.
Because when KLIA was first open, or when they were building KLIA, who was Deputy Prime Minister?
Anwar.
Yeah. And all of his guys were all driving Pajeros.
Okay.
That's how far the crony game goes.
I would love to talk more about this because we have already touched on certain politicians.
Yep.
But I think this is a topic that we can discuss in future episodes,
Once we get our 3-hour podcast.
once we get a 3-hour podcast. Before we end this episode, do you have anything that you want to say to our viewers?
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Just be nice. Yeah, that's my quote for the day. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the latest episode of the Love Project. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys feel like we should talk about anything, do let us know. You can slide in our DMs, just comment on our post.
No sliding, please.
No.
Walk
Walk in the DMs. Yeah.
Walk into my DMs.
Yeah. So if you feel
I have
like
a wife, do not slide.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Do not slide.
Yes. Don't slide in mine too. I have a girlfriend. But,
Yeah.
if you have any questions or if you have any recommendations on who we should talk about or who we should bring to our show, please let us know. And until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Let's go.